The night you're left alone as a child is never really quiet, even if the house looks normal, even if everything feels the same. Something changes the moment you realize there's no one there to protect you. And once fear sets in, your own home can turn into the scariest place imaginable. Before this story goes any further, if you enjoy real, true horror stories that stay with you long after the video ends, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Deadly Silence. It really helps the channel grow, and it lets me know you want more stories like this. I still remember the night like it happened yesterday, even though I'm an adult now. I was 12 years old, and my parents had left me home with my older brother for the night. At first, I felt excited. Being home alone felt like freedom, but that feeling didn't last long. My brother told me he was going out with friends and promised he'd be back later. I agreed not to tell our parents, trusting him completely. Once he left, the house felt bigger than it ever had before. Too big. I decided to watch a scary movie to pass the time, which was a huge mistake. Every sound in the house suddenly felt louder. The floor creaked. The wind brushed against the windows. Even the refrigerator turning on made me jump. Halfway through the movie, I couldn't take it anymore. I turned off the TV and ran upstairs to my room, my heart racing like something was chasing me. Later, while lying in bed, I heard the front door close. I assumed my brother was home, but something felt wrong. The footsteps downstairs didn't sound familiar. They moved slowly, quietly, like someone trying not to be heard. I checked the driveway from my window. My brother's car wasn't there. That's when panic truly set in. I didn't have a phone. I had no way to call for help without leaving my room. I locked my door, knowing it wouldn't stop anyone if they really wanted to get in. The only place I could think to hide was a small closet built into the wall. I squeezed inside, barely breathing. Moments later, I heard someone trying my bedroom door. Then it opened. Someone walked around my room while I hid inches away. I could hear them moving things, dragging something across the floor. I thought I was going to die. I stayed there for what felt like hours. Eventually, the sounds stopped. When my brother finally came home later and we searched the house together, we realized someone had broken in. Electronics were gone. Drawers were open. Someone had been inside my room while I was hiding. That fear never truly left me. When I was even younger, I lived with my grandparents in a quiet town where everyone knew each other. One night, my grandpa left briefly to pick up my grandma, leaving me alone for just a few minutes. I was always told never to open the door for strangers. So when someone knocked and called out in a familiar voice, I felt safe. It was our neighbor, someone we trusted. Against my better judgment, I opened the door. He was drunk. The moment he stepped inside, something felt wrong. His grip on my shoulders tightened. His voice changed. He dragged me into the kitchen, grabbed a knife, and pressed it against me, threatening me if I made a sound. I was frozen in fear. Then I heard my grandparents' truck pull into the driveway. He tried to silence me, but it was too late. My grandma walked in and screamed. My grandpa rushed inside and fought him, forcing him out of the house. That man was never seen again. Years later, I realized how close I came to something far worse, and how carefully that moment had been planned. Another night, when I was 15, I was home alone during spring break. A friend called, begging me to let another friend stay over. I didn't want company, but I gave in. The moment he arrived, I knew something wasn't right. He asked if all the doors were locked. He stared too long. His smile didn't feel human. In the kitchen, I watched him slowly reach for a knife. I slammed the drawer shut before he could grab it. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it. I made an excuse to get him outside, locked the door behind him, and called for help. Later, I found out he was having a mental break and believed he needed to kill someone. If I hadn't been paying attention, I don't think I would be here today. The last story still haunts me the most. I was 10 years old, home alone, playing basketball outside. When I looked up, I saw someone standing in my sister's upstairs window, watching me. No one else was supposed to be home. I ran inside and yelled for my mum. A voice answered from upstairs. It wasn't hers. I ran back outside and called my mum in tears. Police came and searched the house, but found nothing. That night, I woke up to a sound in my room. A tall, dark figure was standing near my bed. Before I could react, it ran, opened my window, and jumped out into the night. To this day, I don't know how long that person was in the house, or what they were doing while watching me. That's the part that still keeps me awake at night. If these true stories made your skin crawl, let me know in the comments which one disturbed you the most. And don't forget to share this video with someone who loves real horror stories. It helps Deadly Silence reach more listeners, and it allows these terrifying stories to be heard.